everybody. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. And this is episode 139. And as you can see this week, I have two guests, not one. This is a husband and wife team. We'll get to them in just a second. But we always have to pay the bills. And so I always want to thank Jennifer Smitis, Mike Schneider. I forget everybody's names. Mike. Mike. Hey, Mike, what's up?
What's up, Mike?
Yeah.
Caitlin Kornick, Devin Van Wyn in the Sugarland office, and Melissa Caruso in the Richmond office, and everybody that works for us. If it wasn't for you guys, it would not have a podcast. And I say that every week, and I truly mean that. Also, if you're a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area and you follow the podcast, you watch it weekly, and you want to be on it, you want to be one of my guests, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com.
Is there a graphic that flashes like 833?
Does it what?
Like a graphic with your number that's like 83, like that flashes the number.
You just cut them off, man.
It'll be at the end.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah. So, but yes, they'll see it on the movie. We're not cutting this out.
I know.
Yeah, no.
All right. So let's get started. So episode 139. This is
Heather Garcia.
And Joe Garcia.
They are a husband and wife real estate team that operate, I believe, out of the Katy area.
Yep. JH Real Estate Group. That stands for Jugs and Hugs Real Estate Group.
That's right. We're
Okay.
very appropriate.
I'm just kidding.
Didn't know that.
Joe and Heather.
Jugs and Hugs real estate.
Yep, that's it.
No, there's not.
Joe and Heather.
Joe and
Oh,
Heather.
Jen and Heather.
Joe and Heather Real Estate
Joe
Group.
and Heather
Yep.
Real Estate.
Okay, good. It's going to get me in trouble. Look, I just got another contract.
Hey, good job.
See, it's
You guys
Jugs
are-
and
Good
Hugs.
job.
You guys
Yeah,
are
we're
Jugs
helping you
and
out.
Hugs. All of a sudden, my viewership just doubled.
The
So-
algorithm is going to get full of Jugs.
I know.
I love it.
Well, remember I told you, guys, this was about you guys, not me.
I know, I
so.
know.
Yeah.
So let's talk about real estate. So first of all, Joe and Heather Garcia, real estate agents. Were you guys in real estate separately when
Yeah.
you met?
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so our background is in hospitality, and we
That's
used
right.
to manage hotels. And so we met in hospitality, I don't know, billion years ago, I guess. I'm just
Yes.
kidding. And then whenever COVID happened, we decided to become a stay-at-home mom. That's like the hardest job in the whole world. I needed more stimulation in my head. And so I became a realtor for fun and realized I was good at it and I enjoyed it. And so I started doing it full time. Joe was still in hotels. He
Yeah.
had FOMO. He saw how amazing I was at what I was doing. And then he joined me probably a year or two after that.
Right.
So I've been doing it now for 5 years. He's 4.
Yeah,
I guess.
4. But before I jumped into full-on real estate agent mode, I worked in title, actually, at one of your
No
competitors.
way.
I did, yeah.
Did
I was
you?
the title rep, yeah.
That's right. Mike sold me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were a title rep for.
First American Title.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, so I did that for roughly about a year with them, and then another smaller company. And then after that, they downsized, and so I already had my license, so I just put it with our broker, CB&A Realtors. Shout out to Chance. And then the rest is history. Heather had a good amount of business, and I helped her out with a few things. And then I was like, I need to be doing this full time rather than part time.
So how long have you guys been doing this?
5 years.
Only 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, and you're that successful already. That's pretty good. And I think you just mentioned your broker is
CB&A.
CB&A.
Chance Brown.
Which I've heard that name before.
Yeah, he's great.
The office over in the Katy area?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have 6 offices. We just expanded to Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be our 7th or 8th. We also opened one in Austin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
About 600 to 800 realtors is what we have.
Total, yeah. So
Yeah.
still small. It's still big to have like a lot of resources and a lot of the support that you would expect from like a bigger brokerage, but it has the boutique kind of full service feel of like an independent brokerage. So it's great.
And we also get the support that we have is great. You know, anytime we have a question about a contract or, you know, every transaction is different. And even though I've been doing it for 5 years, there's still things that come up that I have questions
Always.
about. Yeah.
Always.
And my dad, shout out to Linda Burnett. She's amazing. She's very easily accessible. I can reach out to her anytime, and she helps me out. So
Time out.
What?
So for the audience, DAD stands for
no, I
Director
have
of
daddy
Agent.
issues. She's my daddy. I'm just kidding.
Director of Agent Development.
Oh,
That's
boy,
did you
so
know that?
I had no idea.
That's what the dad is.
I
Yeah.
thought
Yeah, she's like,
Met your
yeah,
real dad.
She's
shout out
like-
to my dad, Linda Burnett. It's like, what is
My
happening?
daddy at
Again.
the office.
The podcast is going to go in a different hours.
Yep.
It's like, wow, we need to have y'all on more often.
I know. Might be the second funnest interview I've ever done.
Oh, cool. Hey, we're gonna change it to number 1. by
I
the end of
know.
this. Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
No, but it's like with. I guess what I'm trying to say is that whenever we have clients, we are able to utilize the broker as well. You know, because of how great they are and how responsive they are, and then they have good integrity too. I mean, any questions that I ask Linda, if I need to reach out to Chance, he's available as well. So they've been really good to us. I've been with CBNA the whole time.
You can't say that about all brokers.
No,
I mean,
yeah.
I hear agents all the time complain about the fact I got a question and no one will answer me.
Exactly, I've heard that. So,
So-
yeah.
So 5 years. What do you guys think about the market right now?
It's amazing. I'm joking.
Wait a minute. 5 minutes ago, it was
No, it's very interesting.
Challenging. It's challenging.
You know, we specialize in the Katy area, but we go all over Houston, you know, but we were looking at stats the other day, and months of inventory right now in Katy ISD is 5. I think it's like 5.1 actually.
5.1
Yeah.
months of inventory,
Yes.
which
For
means
Katy ISD.
the days on market is not good.
Yeah, it's longer, yeah.
It's longer.
So with that, I'm sure, you know what months of inventory is? Or, okay. So for the viewers out there, that just means that it would take about 5.1 months to sell everything that's currently on the market without anything coming up new.
Right.
And so
Right.
typically in Katy ISD, it's 2, 3, maybe.
Well, I mean, Katy is a very sought after area of
Exactly.
town for people to want to live because the schools are great. Most of the area is fairly new. Matter of fact, I was just in Katy today, so over by the mall. So, yeah. So for Katy to be 5 months inventory, then the market must be slow right now.
Yeah, and it's still a great market, highly desirable area to live. The thing that we're running up against is, you know, buyers are either cautious. They're also they can be very specific on what they want. They can be very picky.
Yeah.
So we find that like the cream puff houses or like the really, really nice houses, they'll go pretty quick. I mean, we've had some listings that I had one listing in Cinco Ranch that went under contract in like 4 days. But then we have others in Cinco Ranch that might be on the market for a month plus. And it just kind of depends on the specific neighborhood even and what buyers are looking for. Interest rates don't help, and also some of the economic uncertainty in the world also I don't think helps buyers either.
I like
Yeah.
interest rates right now at like low 6s. I think I was looking them up.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And I was going to ask you about that. I mean,
yeah.
low 6s and interest rates. Do you guys consider that to be good or bad?
Well, I mean, when you run the numbers, if the interest rate is, if you have like a 3% interest rate, and now you're going to a 6, what was the number that, it was like $700 difference in mortgage?
I forget the exact
Monthly
calculation we
payment?
did, but like for like, I don't know, $400,000 house or something like that.
Yeah, but, and I'm going to be the but guy.
Oh, your numbers just went up.
When I,
I'm just kidding.
The butt guy.
I'm with a fixed rate, by the way. when I bought my house that I'm in now in 2004, I was at 12.
Yeah,
So
I
when
know.
someone
it's all
says,
perspective. I agree.
You know, and are we ever going to be at 2% again?
No.
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 So as far as I'm concerned, 6, jump on it.
But did you refinance?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
And now I'm at 3.5. That's another story.
Oh, okay.
But when we could be at 12 and we're at 6, you
Yeah,
know,
I agree.
get
It's
the
all
house and
perspective.
refinance later. If you really think the rates are going to go down farther,
Right.
get it, because if you wait until the rates go down,
Yeah,
the house is going to be gone.
Right. Well,
You
that's also on rates is one last thing to say about that is builders, they always have these competitive rates, like some of these big national builders. So we find that they're still producing homes and, you know, increasing the inventory available, but some buyers are saying, well, we don't really care if it's this neighborhood or that neighborhood, and newer will get us a better interest rate, so why not we lock that in
Right.
now? So that's also
Well, that
something
and,
going on.
you know, and no disrespect to any of my builder friends, but they're giving the houses away. They're giving them away. I mean, they're giving you thousands of dollars for
Yeah,
closing
yeah.
costs. They're giving you free appliances.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving you a free home warranty. It's like, no need to negotiate. Just where do I sign?
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, so that's what, you know, the resale market's having to compete with.
Mhm.
What part of the real estate industry is your favorite? Are you guys more of a buyer's agent, seller's agent? You work with investors?
Right now, I want to be a buyer's agent.
Okay, because it's a buyer's market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I actually really enjoy working with first-time home buyers
Okay.
because I feel like they're excited or you know, maybe they're cautious, but they are willing to work together as a team. They're listening to the information that I have. Like, they value what I'm trying to say.
Well, if they're a first-time home buyer, they don't know anything, so
Exactly,
they're relying on
yeah.
you for everything.
But they're
As a-
kind of like little babies, you know, and you're like, do this journey together, and you're helping them buy their first house. Like, they're really excited and all the things.
And then when you're able to get them their first house,
Mhm.
you probably feel real good about
Yeah,
that, right?
it's an accomplishment.
And you said you mainly operate in the Katy area.
But you know what's funny is right now, sorry to cut you off. Is that okay
It's
to cut you
okay.
off?
It's all right. It's your podcast.
Well, okay. I just don't want you to be like, oh my god. I have a listing in Tomball. I have in the Woodlands as well. Yeah, so it's like we're in Katy, but we
It's your
started
home.
in Katy. Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's where we live, obviously, so we know what's going on a lot over there. But we expand
Mhm.
out.
Yeah, and I mean,
You have something coming up in Willis.
I do. I have a buyer looking in Willis at new construction, and then I have a land listing in Willis as well. And we've helped people as far south as Wharton as well. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's kind of
Okay.
all depends. Sugar Land even. I grew up here in the Houston area. Heather really did as well. So we know the overall market like really well. And then yeah, you kind of wherever the need is, that's what we'll
You
be
got to
there.
go where
Yeah.
where the
Exactly.
customers, clients are.
Mhm.
With your listings being so kind of spread out that they are, how do you guys generate leads? How did you get
Open
these
houses.
leads? Really?
Yeah, I'm very, very much into open houses.
Wow, because I've
Yeah.
heard the opposite.
Yeah, well, I think it just depends. We have a great coach that we've been working with for a
Mhm.
couple of years now, and we have our open house. Like, the way that we work in open house is just the same, and it's kind of we know how to work it to produce results.
Mhm.
You know, so we have a plan going in, and it's kind of like minimal. You know, I really don't go over the top of my open houses. But we just have a plan every time, and then we book appointments while we're there with buyers that come through, and that's what's helped me the most with my business.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the listing I have in Tomball, well, that was a referral, which is awesome. It's so great to have referrals, you know. But in the Woodlands, that was from an open house that I had in spring, and they're wanting to buy, sell, so that's great. We just need to buy. It's contingent on selling their house, so we need to sell their house. That's where
Yeah.
the struggle is. But
Okay.
you know, and this other one, actually in Brookshire that I have right now, he was picking up his garage sale signs, and that's how I got that lead, because I was picking up my open house signs. And I listed, and now I have their house. And he's actually about to place an offer on it with his client.
Yes, and which came from an open house.
Yeah,
So-
open house last Sunday.
Wow. So that's the main driver of your leads.
I think referrals
Yeah,
and open
referrals,
houses.
mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't pay for online leads because the bang for your buck we just have found for our size of business is not great. I think we do a lot better in person, and we can meet the most ready. The highest chance that we'll meet someone that's ready to buy or sell or both is at an open house. I mean, I from an open house early on, I had 3 transactions that came out of that, just from talking to one couple. So I think we've had a lot of success.
And
with
do
that.
you guys do anything else to generate leads? I mean, are you on social media? Do you have a website? You don't buy leads, but do you use a CRM? Do you do anything else?
Yeah, you actually taught us about Facebook leads, so thank you for
Well, that's
doing
right.
that. Yeah.
That's right.
Facebook leads.
I think someone in the room said it was the best presentation they'd been to. But
Well,
I'm not gonna-
for the title rep, yes.
with the title rep,
That's the
that's
most
fine.
value
You
that
can
I
you
got.
can narrow it down to just title rep because that's what I do.
Well, no, that's good. It's good. But yeah, we've gotten into Facebook leads because now in this market, you know, we're having to show our value more as listing agents. And so we now have to have ideas and strategies on how to market the house because houses are sitting longer.
Mm-hmm.
So Facebook ads are something that we started. I have a listing in Cinco Ranch that I have a Facebook ad with. And it's very interesting because you taught me how I can pinpoint specific countries as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think we were talking that one day how we looked at where exactly are people moving from coming to the Katy area, and so I've pinpointed those specific countries to show this ad, including the U.S.
Really?
So yeah, that was
That's
fun,
interesting.
yeah.
So using Facebook ads, it's not just putting a post on Facebook and hoping someone gives you a call. You're actually paying Facebook to put your ad on people's impressions, and you're doing it for people that are in other parts of the world.
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty interesting.
And we have that call to action that you taught us, so
There
that
you
we
go.
can get the information and follow
Exactly.
up right away. Yeah.
Remember, this is not about me. So.
Well, I know, but yeah. But it's interesting because I do think that this is something that most realtors don't really do, like Facebook ads or also, having the broker open house, but doing a CE class instead, which is amazing.
Yeah, we
What's
did
the
that.
other lady that was here that day that had the idea? What was her name?
The other lady that had.
The
The
other
title rep
works with you.
in the north.
Oh, in the north.
Like
North Houston.
Huntsville?
Yeah. She's like blonde. She used to been in the industry for 20 years. She
Kim
was
Dawkins?
Kingwood, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Cypress Kim Dawkins.
I think
or,
so. Yeah.
Or no, you're talking about. Oh, she's gonna kill me.
Oh,
She's gonna kill me.
She was here in the office that day that we came
Yes.
to the Facebook leads. Yeah, she's nice.
She's gonna kill me.
She was the one that gave me
This
the
is all
idea
getting
about the
edited
CE.
Oh my gosh! I
class.
hope she doesn't watch this
This
Oh
whole
episode.
segment
God!
is out.
Hate to test. If you don't hear anything,
She's
then you know she's
tomball
not
rep.
watching it.
Becky Bohannon.
Yeah, there you go.
Sorry,
there you go.
Becky.
Shout out to Becky. Thank you for the idea.
I'm old, okay? I'm sorry. Becky Bohannon.
But
Yeah.
yeah, we had our first one at that house in Cinco. Thanks for helping host that. You taught on Facebook leads there. And then Chance is helping me set up one in my Tomball location as well. We're going to do one
With
about,
Becky?
I guess, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
With staging.
Okay.
So we'll have that there on September 3rd at 10 o'clock.
September 3rd at 10 o'clock if you're a real estate agent.
17311 Pikes Peak Court in Tomball. September
go.
3rd at 10.
Nice.
You heard it here first on the podcast.
Yep, we're giving away Lamborghinis.
Nope, definitely not.
I'll be there.
I'm just kidding.
They're this big.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, from
The little
Amazon.
miniatures. So, how do you guys, your husband and wife, you have kids, you run your own real estate company. How do you guys work that? I mean, do you handle the phone calls and he handles the paperwork, or do you both do it, or tell everybody?
Yeah, I think it's very it's a great question. I think it's very fluid because we kind of take ownership over the leads that we generate independently, and then we collaborate when needed. Like case in point, Heather had someone come through the open house. They speak primarily Spanish. I speak Spanish, so she forwarded that lead to me, and so then I work that lead and then follow up with her on kind of where we're at with that. And then sometimes we'll do showings for each other, open houses for each other, but we try to keep usually the point of contact being one or the other, the main point of contact. Otherwise, it can get confusing for clients.
Right.
And then on the back end, our brokerage uses Jointly as the software as kind of like the backbone of all our transactions, and so it's pretty easy to manage. And we use that. If we need to, we can use a transaction coordinator, but that's kind of how we've managed it right now.
Okay. Well, sounds like it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does, yep.
What is there, if you were talking to the public and someone was to ask you, should I buy now? Should I sell now? Okay. I know we just talked about the market slow, houses on the market for a while, but would you ever tell somebody that was not a good time to buy?
No, I mean, I like real estate, and I think that houses and housing prices over time increase. I think that's something that we forget looking at the minutia of like interest rates or all the different stats that we like to look at. But over time, and especially in our area, in the Katy area, house prices increase. So if you wait and you sit on the sidelines, it's going to cost you a little bit more to get into a house. That's just what it is. But the longer response to that question is, it really depends on what your goals are. Like if you don't really care and you just would like, oh, I have a dream that I want to do this. And it's like, okay, well then now you're looking for like a very specific house. And let's get you, if you don't have a specific timeline, let's get you in the period of time when it's a little slower and it's more readily available for buyers to have some negotiating power. Typically like January, February timeframe. What have you seen?
Well, we've always had the mindset that you move and when you need to move.
Right.
You know, so if you need to buy or if you need to sell, then let's do it. Let's look at the options and see what we can do to make it best for you. Seller concessions, buying down rates, you know, doing all that on the buy side, on the sale side, offering seller concessions, pricing it strategically in order to, you know, capture more buyers. But that's really what it goes down to. You know, I mean, obviously, granted, when school's out, usually that's when you can get more buyers coming through to look at your houses in Katy ISD. You know, kind of in the general Houston area when schools are very big, you know, usually in the summer is whenever it's ideal to list your house.
So like
know?
May, June, that's a good.
Even like April,
Yeah,
end
true,
of April
right.
kind of thing is the idea.
So you guys both mentioned, I think you did specifically, that some of the challenges that are out there now is people are just kind of sitting on the fence, kind of waiting to make a decision or whatever. Is there anything else out there that you've noticed is maybe making people cautious or something? Like, for example, insurance,
Sure.
Oh,
and
yeah.
things like that. You know.
You know, I really haven't heard a lot about insurance. Are you just saying that it's going to be hard to get the house insured, or the prices are going up?
Prices are going up.
I haven't
yeah.
heard that as much.
The only
Really?
time,
Yeah.
the only time I've really
That's
seen
good.
that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
I've seen that with houses that are built like in the 70s, 80s, maybe even 90s, and then they have an older roof. Like maybe it's not the original roof, but it's still like 15, 16, 18 years. Buyers that I've worked with, they get concerned about how much is my rate going to cost, or will the insurance company even insure this?
Is
this
that
house?
a client you have right now?
Yeah, that's one of my buyers right now. Like we ran into that. He was trying to get them to do like a contribution for the roof, or I even just replaced the roof before he purchased it, and they didn't. The seller didn't want to do it. The house is still on the market, but
Yeah.
so we're gonna go
Yeah,
back.
they. I'm real good friends with an insurance broker, and what he's telling me is that insurance companies are going the direction when it comes to roofs, that if the roof is 10 years older or older, sooner or later they're either going to not insure it with the policy, and or you're going to have to buy a separate policy just for the roof,
Oh wow. Yeah.
or replace it. So they'll insure it with no questions, and that's just where it's going, you know, and it's unfortunate, but and to me it doesn't make any sense because I've been in my house since 2004. I've had, I think, 4 hurricanes go right over my house since I've been there, and I've never lost a shingle. So I don't understand what the big deal is, and but I guess I'm not the only one that, you know. Now I did have some water in my house during Harvey, but I didn't have to replace the roof. So I don't know, but you know, insurance companies, everything's be going up because of all the disasters and stuff. So, but I told you about this earlier. I'll go ahead and ask this question. If I'm out there and I need to buy or sell a house, and I go on the internet because no one uses the yellow pages anymore, right? They go on the internet. I need a good real estate agent in Katy, and they find your information, and they decide after they vet you, they decide to give you a call. How's the first conversation go? What kind of questions you ask someone? What do they need to prepare to hear from you guys when they call you for the first time?
Well, if we know that it's going to be a listing, we have a specific listing questionnaire that we go through. It takes about 30 minutes on the phone, and it's really a really good tool because it allows us to find out more information that helps us prepare for that listing appointment in person. And so to ask questions like, what do you like about the house? What is your loan balance? You know, because it helps us prepare a nut sheet, obviously. What are 3 things that you're looking for in a realtor? And when I get to that question in the questionnaire, they're usually very surprised that I'm asking that question, and they appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, and then I use that. I take notes and I use that information to help me serve them better. If I know they want a realtor that's to the point, you know, give it to me straight. I'll have that mentality, which I'm kind of like that anyways all the time, anyways. But you know, or like someone that has integrity, you know, and that questionnaire is wonderful. I really
So
enjoy that.
it kind of makes everything very transparent.
Yeah.
They learn about
It
you
does.
and what to expect, and you learn about them and what they expect.
And we talk about the process, what's the next step. You know, we schedule the appointment, all that.
Sure. And for buyers, it's pretty much the same thing. We depend on, we'll have a call, an initial call, just to get to know them, get to know what they're looking for, and then really the first step is we set up an appointment for them to meet with us face to face, because I think it's important for the buyer to get a sense of who we are and for us to get a sense of the buyer and make sure that it's like the right fit. And then we walk through the process. We have a very specific process that we run through because I think that helps buyers to have peace of mind, especially first-time home buyers that don't really know what's going on. And there's just so many things involved in a real estate transaction. We find that really helps them out. And then we get to know them and know where they're coming from, what are their goals and what they're looking for. And then we have a lot of success with that process.
And then when you talk to these specifically buyers, and they're I want to buy a house, and then going through the questionnaire, you find out that there's some things that need to be worked on before they can really actually buy a house. They don't know this, but did you have vendor partners and relationships that can help get them to the point to where they can buy a house?
Yeah, definitely. Like lenders, we have lenders that we know and we trust and we like to work with. That is going to be the biggest hurdle first, before we go look at houses, because I never want to show a client a house that I can't help them get.
Right.
If they don't qualify for that house. And so I always like to connect them with a lender before we start looking ideally. Or, I'll kind of show them like one house and then we'll, to get them like excited, let's do next steps and whatnot. But,
that's a interesting idea. I've never heard that. Let's go see a house first to get you excited, and then we'll, so you get them hooked in.
Yeah. Well, you get excited about the process and everything, but,
that's pretty good though.
Yeah. But then on the list, that's really the buy side. That's the main thing, I actually have a client that I met at an open house recently, and she needs to work on her credit before she can buy a house, and her lease ends at the end of the year, and so that's her plan, is to work on her credit. And so I have lenders or people in the industry that can help her do that.
Credit repair people?
Yeah, credit repair, so we can get her connected, and so she's ready to go.
Sweet.
So that's
all
on
right.
the buy side.
So as we wrap up the podcast today, guys, is there anything that we haven't talked about or anything that you'd like podcast land people to know about you guys or how you conduct your business? Anything you want them to know that you haven't said yet?
I think the thing that sets us apart from other realtors is that with our background in hospitality, managing hotels, employees, I had about 50 employees at the end of my hotel career. And putting out fires, we were very good at being calm, handling any issues that happen, and professional, and so that sets us apart from other realtors. And then also we're very full service, and we like to have a process. I think that gives people peace of mind, because it's like, hey, this is the next step. They know what to expect. It's professional. Like we have a business and we run our business professionally, and we have standards and expectations, and so I think that helps us a lot. And at the end of the day too, we're very genuine and personable and fun and real.
Definitely, you definitely are.
Yeah.
And I think something that's different with us is we don't have like a salesperson vibe or approach. I mean, yeah, sure, we're in sales and stuff, but our approach is much more like education based, and also like a consultant or like a guide or an advisor for you as you go through this process, because that's the way we feel it should be, because you're talking about a huge asset. You're buying or selling one of the most largest pieces of assets that people have. I said piece of assets.
You did. Oh my God, numbers are going up again.
You guys really are trying to.
We were really prepped
podcast
for this one. Wow, I'm gonna keep that one for next time. But no, it's the largest asset that people have, and so it's important for them to know that they're working with a professional, but also someone that's gonna shoot them straight and be a consultant and not try to sell them something.
Okay.
We're also running a promotion right now. If you work with us,
I don't know
if you call us this week, we'll give you a Lamborghini.
Again, it's gonna be this size, but size
promotion
doesn't matter.
Oh God.
Hang on.
Sorry.
Are you gonna get in trouble?
No.
Okay, good.
No, I didn't say I was getting me a Lamborghini. You did.
Hey, we don't have any bosses, so we're good.
We don't. Well,
as long as Chance doesn't call us.
Chance Brown.
Yeah.
Not Chance.
So, if anybody not only is in the market to buy or sell real estate, or you need a new Lamborghini, how do you get a hold of them? How do they get a hold of you?
Well, you can just call us. I mean,
713-416-0572. I'm just kidding.
Wow, no one.
No,
No, we have a social media, JH Real Estate Group. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. You can message us there. You can also reach us with our phone number, I guess. I don't know.
Which phone
Yeah,
number?
sure. Just give them mine. 713-502-8762. I'm waiting for the graphic to come in.
Yep.
713.
And you can also look us up
502.
via HAR, obviously. You can reach out to us from the HAR profile and see our ratings. We have reviews from past clients. You can check us out and see if you like
Do you have a
us.
Google My Business page?
Wait, so I've created it. I just
We're
need to
working on
continue.
it. We're working on all those things.
Man.
And we have a website,
We have
but
a
we
website
also
under
need
construction.
to can you help us with that, please?
I can help you with both
All
of them.
right,
Yes, I can.
perfect.
For
Yeah,
sure.
you can do it.
And then one last thing, you want to give a shout out to Chance, not your broker,
Oh, Chance.
from
Yes.
Stewart Title.
Yes, thank you, Chance, for connecting me to Kevin and Mike too, because he helped connect everybody, and I really appreciate that.
Yep.
I have to say that I have gotten the most value out of this title company than any company I've had before.
I appreciate
that. Yeah.
And that's, well, at least from my perspective, that's what I do. That's how I conduct my business every day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't try and, get on MLS every morning and find out who's got a new listing and then call them and invite them to lunch and then ask them for a contract.
That's annoying.
That's what I did
Don't
wrong.
do that.
Yeah. So
Oh God.
that's what I did wrong.
When I was in title.
So, but okay, give me your phone number one more time.
All right, it's 713-502-8762.
All right, and this is
JH Real Estate Group. Heather.
Joe.
All right, guys, this has been episode 139 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. And again, thank you to Jennifer and Mike, Caitlin, Devaney, Van, and Melissa, and everybody that we work with. And if you're watching the podcast and you want to be on the an episode in the future, just like they were, let me get the email out before you say anything. Kevin.Davidson@stewart.com or 832-654-0527. You guys have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you guys.